Greg is a former college football player, athlete, and works for a company, Live to be Healthy. Works with a lot of elderly. I don't want to steal his thunder. So, Greg, just talk about how you got introduced to the product, what you've noticed personally, what you've noticed with the elderly that you work with, and then, this recent testimonial you got from this freshman basketball player would be great.
Okay. I was introduced to this. A friend of mine, Dan's, his name is Paul, does a charity golf tournament every August. And Paul and another friend of mine, Ryan, were down there at the golf tournament, and I saw the videos of Dan doing the demo on them with the tech. So it's actually people I know that are getting these, demos done, and it looked pretty impressive. And then, a few days later, Paul sent me an email about it, and I clicked on it, but I never read it, and just let it sit there for probably 3-4 weeks. And then I was sent another email saying, you should really look at this. And that was probably mid-September when I, opened it up again and read it and started thinking a little bit harder on it. And then I got in touch with Dan and went down to his office and did a demo at the office with him, and I was pretty much sold right then and there. And I think I signed up like September 28th, I believe, and then I started wearing the socks and insoles on October 1st. And I do some, once in a while, some part-time moving work as well, moving seniors out of their homes into these senior buildings, and that's pretty strenuous labor and hard work, and, you get some back problems and some hip issues, and, since I started wearing these October 1st, I have none of that at all. But the biggest thing I noticed, I lift weights a couple days a week with two other gentlemen, and they've seen me lifting weights, and they haven't seen me lift these kind of weights for quite some time because I've been wearing the socks and insoles, and I kept on lifting heavier and heavier weights, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? How are you able to lift this weight? So I took my shoes off and took my insoles out and showed them the socks, and they're like, okay, what is that? So I proceeded to explain it to them, and they were, like most people, pretty skeptical. They didn't think it would work. But about 3 weeks ago, one of the guys ordered about $300 worth of stuff, and 2 weeks ago, the other guy ordered about $450 worth of stuff, of the socks and insoles. And so, they saw me doing this stuff with the weights, and they were pretty floored by it. So that's the way I got a couple of people involved with, not necessarily signing up as a distributor, but just using the products. But, they both work for a company that's got about 150 employees. So that could be, a huge boom for me as far as a business jumping on board. As Dan said, I do have a business also. It's called Live to be Healthy Senior Fitness, and these senior buildings here contract out with my organization to come in and do their exercise programs. So I'm in about 40 different buildings here in this North Metro in the Twin Cities, Paul, and everybody I talk to in these classes are very intrigued, very interested. I've had a decent number of people that have purchased some things from me, and they have seen very good results with neuropathy, sleeping better, less foot pain, and I haven't even scratched the surface yet with the number of buildings that I'm in doing these classes, with the amount of people that are living in these buildings. So I'm looking forward to that here as we go into 2019 as well. And the last thing I would touch on is Dan said about the basketball player. I have a friend of mine whose son is a freshman basketball player, and a couple weeks ago I went over to their house and did the demo with him and his mom and his younger sister who's in 7th grade. And, of course, they were all pretty amazed by it and I could feel the difference instantly. So I gave him a pair of insoles, and I gave the daughter a pair of socks. And the son with the insoles wrote a letter to me that his mom took a picture of and texted it to me that said he's got much more balance and more stability on the basketball court. He feels more aware when he's out there, and that he can now slam dunk the basketball. So before, he's about 6'2", as a ninth grader, about 140 pounds, so he's very skinny, but he said before he couldn't do that, but then since he's been wearing these for 2 weeks, he said he's dunked 3 times since he's been wearing these things. So that's probably, I don't know, maybe a 2 to 3 inch improvement in his vertical, which is pretty substantial for basketball players. And I think that's about all I have, Dan.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I know you. One thing I want you to do, share, is tell them what your bench press max had been for a while and what it's gone up to since you've been using the tech for now a couple months.
Oh, yeah, before, like, I'm 48 years old, so now I'm no spring chicken, and I was probably doing maybe 280 pounds before I started wearing these things. And I was just kind of experimenting with heavier weight from using the Voxx insoles, and now, like a week and a half ago, I did 320 pounds. So that's a 30 to 40 pound increase in about 8 weeks, which is, for an old man like me, that's pretty good.